Hello everyone, I'm Iron Phoenix and welcome to a little chat about Kerbal Space Program. You see, it's currently being reviewed bombed as a result of a Chinese translation. Now, I should note a couple of things. Obviously, the person responsible for the translation, don't contact her or anything. It's just best to leave it well alone. Obviously, don't necessarily attack Squad either, because that's the other half of it. I don't think that they deserve to be review bombed over this, just as I didn't think that they deserve to be review bombed over the Take-Two thing. It's just business. It's something that happens, and if you want this translation to be changed back, then obviously, create the translation in the format that it should have been in the first place and send it to them so that they can change it back, and this entire debacle can just be shoved under the carpet. But this does link into this whole idea of single people being able to change entire games because of an issue that they have. Either it's that they're offended or they believe that other people might be offended. But basically what happened was that a space shuttle in the game's main menu used to have the phrase that roughly translates to "one who fails to reach moon is not a hero," which references a famous Chinese saying which translates to "one who fails to reach the Great Wall is not a hero." A Steam user decided that actually the literal translation of that equaled good man, and thus was sexist. And as a result, the developers changed it to read that, which means "I will not stop until I reach Mun." Basically, the controversy. This is why it got review bombed. Not that this existed, but because they changed it to read that, which lacks the original flow that the original Chinese quote had. And yeah, so it just basically goes on to say, well, it isn't really gendered. I think at this point we jump over to this, which is the original thread, and this, which is the original review, and this, which is the translation of it. Rather interestingly, the Google Translate of the review doesn't actually mention anything about it being gendered. It talks about less than mun non-hero, and then sort of jumps to conclusions a lot. In this original thread, basically claims, that it's a sexist translation, and something about 33 million disappeared women in China. This is obviously someone with issues, and I don't really think that Squad should have changed the translation based on what this specific person had said. Maybe, go back to the drawing board, have a look at the translation and see if it is as a result of translating it from Chinese into English and then back into Chinese again. And that's probably where the issue has arisen, not because, Squad are sexist, misogynist or anything like that, but more just an error in translation. But, this person has got some issues, and as a result of this, there is a certain amount of attacking people because they don't agree with her, and it just seems to boil down to is that. But that's why Kerbal Space Program at the moment is being review bombed. I don't agree with it. I don't think that they should be review bombing it. But what I do think is that Squad should go back to either the original quotation or the original quotation with some modifications to make sure that it does mean what it is meant to mean in Chinese. But with that, I will say thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.